Diana is the most broken jungler in the game right now, believe it or not. But you have to know how to play her, because if you don't know how to play her, she's actually absolutely useless. There's multiple different ways that you can build her, and I'm gonna go through all of them. But there are timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. So, how do you build Diana? First, I want to go over the bit more of a beginner-friendly build, which is this build right here. You go for Nashor's Tooth. So, Nashor's Tooth is normally a core item on Diana jungle. It's what I would say, right? Like, this is a core item where you play jungle Diana. This is going to give you a faster jungle clear, stronger sustained damage in 1v1s. This is just quite literally the perfect jungle item. So when you're starting out on Diana, or when you need sustained damage, you know, if you need sustained damage, Nashor's Tooth is gonna be the best item. Like, I would say, like, 85% of the games you want to go for Nashor's Tooth. After that, you go for the Rabadon's Death Cap. Diana has really good scaling, so you go Rabadon's Death Cap. And then for the boots, you know, you either go for Plated Steel Caps. Mercury's Threats is not really necessary, not too necessary, because you're very mobile with your third ability. And you have your second ability to save your ass. Glutinous Glyphs, I don't recommend either, because you're a burst champion. Like, again, even if you go for sustain like this, I only recommend Glutinous Glyphs if the enemy really is like full sustain damage. You know, if they have like Oriana and stuff. Like champions that are not gonna one-shot you, only sustain heavy champions. Third item, gonna be a Rift Maker. Yet again, sustain. We're talking about sustain right here. This is kind of the sustaining build. Like, again, I told you there's multiple builds. This is the sustaining build. And then after that, you know, Void Staff, Infinity Orb. Infinity Orb is just way too good to skip out. And then for the runes, you still go for Electrocute. You can go for Conquer. Don't get me wrong. You can definitely go for Conquer on Diana, but Electrocute is just so good. Like, you go in and the burst you get from Electrocute, it perfectly fits the kit from Diana. And then the second rune, it depends. You know, Hunter Vampirism is better late game. Brutal is much better early game. I recommend Brutal, but again, sustain, Hunter Vampirism. And then here is completely situational. Like, a good rune for Diana is actually Ultimate Shield, believe it or not. The shield that it gives you during your ultimate is really, really nice. And then Hunter Genius. The other build that I have is the build that Trust actually went for in this game. This is the burst heavy build. If you want to one-shot the enemies, if you're up against like a Fizz, you know, Fizz mid lane that you can destroy Evelyn jungle, those types of non-tank champions, then this build is going to be much better. Luden's Echo first. You can go for Rod of Ages too. However, I don't recommend it because slower jungle clear and weaker early game. As a Diana, I know you're a late game champion, but getting that Luden's Echo gives you a really, really nice power spike in the early game. And you don't really need that late game power spike of Rod of Ages anyways. You're going to be strong enough anyways. That's the funny thing. Second item is going to be a Rabadon's Death Cap. For the boots, you know, play yet again. Same story for the boots. Plated Steel Caps, Mercury Threats. Likely not a Glutinous Gifts, because if you go for this build, you know, you want to burst them down. Infinity Orb third item. Now you want burst faster. So Infinity Orb third. Void Staff fourth. And then Lich Bane last for the burst as well. The thing is, Lich Bane is not really worth third or fourth, because Infinity Orb and Void Staff are better items than Lich Bane for Diana. Hey, you do want to go Stasis Enchant, by the way. Stasis is pretty much the only enchantment you want to go for on Diana. Really the only one. Like, there's not another good one. There you go for Electrocute, Brutal for the early game, and then Ultimate Shield, and then Hunter Genius. And for the spells, of course, Smite and Flash. So that is it about the build, and let's now get into the gameplay. Oh, God, wait. There we go. Whoa, I almost dropped my drink. Damn. So, as I keep saying it in my tier lists for weeks now, that Diana is the most broken jungler in the game. And today we're going to be talking about why that is. And honestly, if I have to say it to you guys shortly, it's she has insane burst damage, insane mobility, pretty fast jungle clear, good ganking, and amazing late game team fighting. I mean, what else do you need from a champion? What else do you need from a champion? She has good sustainability as well. She can frontline because of her second ability. She can waste time. She can be the initiator of the team. And she can also be the follow-up of the team. She can be anything. She can be anything. Like, it's crazy. And a quick tip on how to clear jungle fast with Diana. Make sure you alternate your abilities every 3 basic attacks. I mean, it sounds like a basic tip, but I just want to give it anyways in the video for the people that don't know. Like this, I would say is a mistake. What he did right here. Let me tell you why it's a mistake. It may not seem like it's a big mistake, but if you do this over and over again, you're going to lose seconds upon seconds, which could result in like half a minute or a minute loss. Like, look, here he uses 2 abilities in a row. It's a mistake. The way he should have attacked this jungle right there is use 1 ability, and then 3 attacks, and then use another one. What he's gonna do here, probably, he's gonna use his first ability to hit this jungle and the red buff at the same time. However, I would definitely say his jungle clear right here is quite inefficient. He definitely lost like at least 2 seconds clearing the. Well, at least 1.5 seconds. Let's just say it like that. Yet again, you may be thinking that's not a lot, but can you now imagine if he was 1.5 seconds faster, he would have already been at this lane. You see, he would have now already been right here. That 1.5 seconds could have been the difference between getting a kill here or not. Look, look, look. Here it is. He quite literally didn't get the kill, probably because he didn't do an efficient jungle clear. You guys can see live right now how it can affect this game. And I'm really glad he sent me this game, by the way. Oh, he does get the kill anyways. Like again, I told him trust. Please send me games where you make mistakes as well, you know, where you play a bit newer champions. Like I wanna see you play champions you're not as good at, you know, as your main champions. And I feel like that's gonna make better videos. Seeing an insanely good player play champions he's not as familiar with, so we can dissect these types of mistakes that he makes, right? So this was a clear example of why you do need to be efficient clearing jungle with your champions. So I'm gonna repeat. You use an ability, 3 basic attacks, and then another ability. Of course, late game you don't do this, because late game you're gonna one-shot your jungle camp anyways, but early and mid game, that's how you do it. Same story when you're attacking an enemy. You you don't necessarily need to alternate between 3 attacks, but just try. Try to hit attacks in between your abilities. Try to alternate a little bit, but don't waste damage for it. For example, like don't hold on to your second ability too long, because your second ability gives you a shield and is really, really nice, right? Like don't hold on to your abilities for too long just to alternate. You should go, Renekton should go in. Oh, wow, wait, what? That Camille actually did a beautiful move right there. Actually, that Camille, wow. She still died, but she played it perfectly. Did you see what she just did? She hookshotted Diana away. So she stunned Trust when he went in, and then she dodged the Diana ultimate with the Camille ultimate. This Camille this Camille, we can already tell this Camille is a serious player right now. Those are top-notch Camille moves that he did right there. Oh, Asol's dead. Rip. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. He's dead. Oh, by the way, I want to ask for some advice to certain viewers. If you, like, it's probably not a lot of viewers that are this, but if you are a viewer that went through bulking, you know, when you go to the gym, you want to bulk to gain weight. And if you have successfully bulked a lot, and if you have some advice for me on, you know, how to bulk, obviously the advice is eat more, but like, what kinds of foods do you recommend? Like, because I find it quite hard to eat enough to gain a lot of weight, right? Because I'm working out pretty well, but I want to gain weight, you know, I want to gain muscle mass. So if anyone has experience, or it's a good ultimate, by the way, he did screw up his third ability, but it's a good ultimate regardless. If any of you has experience and would love to share his knowledge with me, I would appreciate it a lot. I'll be reading the comments like always. So yeah, if you know, just let me know in the comments some advices. Like here, I'm drinking a self-made protein shake with banana, full milk, honey, and protein powder. This one right here gives me a lot. Wait, I need to put the screen down a little bit. Wait, 1 second. There we go. Now you guys can see the full screen. Let's see. Seems like he wants to rush the dragon. He timed this ultimate really, really well, because now he already has his ultimate up for the dragon, for the upcoming dragon. But it seems like the enemies want to be aggressive. Could possibly be a free double kill if the enemies don't have vision. Oh, they're in trouble. Thresh can push him away, but it's not enough. Look at that. Oh, baby. What a beautiful double kill. By the way, this game will get extremely interesting in the late game. And I can already tell, because you guys remember what that Camille did early on. So we can obviously tell this Camille is a good player. And Camille is getting free farm in the top lane right now. She's getting free farm. She's getting free turret plates. Renekton is not doing a very good job in his lane. And the enemies are going to take Herald. Now, I'm going to expect the enemies to apply pressure in Camille's lane. Like, I would expect their jungler to immediately put the Herald in top lane. But let's actually see what the Fizz is going to do. Like, I would say the best move here would be to apply pressure in the top lane. Of course, it's also a good move to just take the mid lane turret, because like right now he takes the mid lane turret, but again, like you should identify which one of your teammates are the good players, and you know you can the enemy should be able to tell that Camille is a really good player just by the moves he's doing. So I would have like if I were in the enemy, if I were the Fizz, oh, nice stasis, I would have put it in the top lane and not in the mid lane. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I just pay attention to that kind of stuff. Because of course you could say mid lane is better. It's true, mid lane turret is better. But it's, you know, it's better to get your Camille fed. That's how I think. Oh my god. Never mind my talk about the Renekton. He just 1v2'd the Camille and Yasuo. Wow. Damn. I just talked about it. I was like, yeah, Renekton is not doing good. He's giving free farm to come. And then he proceeds to get a double kill, 1 versus 2. What an absolute giga chat. Oh my god. How did he do that? I still think Camille will be a problem in the late game because Camille is also a really good champion into Diana. Because Camille counters Diana. She can hookshot into the Diana. She can, of course, dodge Diana ultimate like she did earlier. You could see it. Camille is quite a good champion. And especially in the late game, Camille's true damage hurts Diana a lot as well. He could actually go from behind here because he does have a sweeper. Exactly. Should be a free kill at the very least. Nice. And the Thresh as well. Where's the Thresh? There we go. All of them are dead. Like, ganking from behind there is the perfect move. Ooh, he should be able to kill the Fizz, because Fizz used everything already. Should be a free kill. He can smite him. Smite, smite. There we go. Nice. Bit of a late smite. He took a big risk, but it's fine. He got the kill anyway. He's 7-0 right now, by the way. Oh! Renekton Camille again. I'm honestly not sure who has the stronger late game comp. Both teams have a really good late game composition. I really wouldn't be sure which one is stronger. Like literally both teams have incredibly strong late game compositions. Renekton is weak late game, sure. But besides Renekton, every champion in this game right now is a strong late game champion. 2, 3, and third ability. 1, 2, 3. First ability. And you go in, ult, and stasis. Or you just kill both of them. Alright, never mind the stasis. You know what? He still has stasis? Oh, what a beautiful... Second ability. Oh, he played that perfectly. He literally played that one perfectly. He wasted as much time as he could, and his team killed everyone because of that. Beautiful, beautiful play right there. Like, that's why I love stasis on Diana as well, by the way, because of the time wasting. Diana is already a good time waster because of her ultimate and the shielding and the dashing and all that kind of stuff. And then adding a stasis on top of that. See, the beauty of stasis is, a small tip on how to use stasis on Diana, make sure you use your second ability before stasis. So the second ability will give you a shield. Then you use stasis. And during your stasis, which lasts for like 3 seconds, you're going to be getting the cooldown of your second ability back again. So you're going to get it back soon, right? So make sure you use your second ability before stasis. Really, really important one, actually. You could go for the... Yeah, exactly. That could be a fast Herald right here. Should be a mid lane turret as well. Like, mid lane turret is going to be the most important turret for him to take. Oh, nice. He secured it with his ultimate. That was good. You should probably be pushing mid lane here sometime soon and get the mid lane turret for free. I mean, he does have time. There's no more turret plates, so he can just relax as well. I would have gone to mid lane here because you can see there's a lot of enemies in the bot side of the map. So he could have pushed the mid lane turret pretty easily. Like, he could have pushed the mid lane turret and even apply pressure to the second turret. So yeah, he could have definitely applied pressure even to the second mid lane turret right here. But it seems like he decides to go back and he's helping out his team. He could flash Q here. He doesn't have to dodge that because of his second ability. Oh, your first ability also gives vision, by the way, if you didn't know. So if you don't have vision, you use your first ability and you hit it, you'll get vision on the enemy for that. He still has ultimate. There you go. Beautiful ultimate. I mean, not sure what the Camille's doing here. Really, really not sure what Camille's doing here. I was talking so well about this Camille, but then she completely screws up like this. They're in such a good spot right now, by the way. He has a Herald, they have two Dragons, they have everything. They have a decent late game comp as well. This game is going unbelievably well right now. He goes for a Void Staff. I would have personally preferred him to go for the Infinity Orb immediately. He could have bought the whole Infinity Orb because he does have the item ready. So like it costs 1400 gold for him right now to buy an Infinity Orb. But he's taking the later game approach. I would have preferred an Infinity Orb in this particular scenario because it allows him to snowball harder. They are kind of snowballing this game. So that's why it makes Infinity Orb a really, really nice item in this situation. But yeah, here you can see he gets Void Staff instead, which, overall is going to give more damage, but less burst damage and less finishing off damage. Let's see, he needs to fight her. It's a good fight. So, the single most important thing when you play Diana is managing your third ability. Make sure you apply Moonlight on the enemies before you use your third ability, unless you can get a free kill on them. Like, if you can get a free kill, sure, dash to them and get that kill and, put your third ability on cooldown, but make sure... Oh, he actually... So, instead of pushing earlier with the Rift Herald, you can actually see he pushed later on, after they got 2 kills. Are they... They're not gonna finish the game, are they? He pushed later on, which actually allowed him to get 2 mid lane turrets, and he did even more damage than when I would have put it in the map. Like, my approach would have been safer, but his is more high risk, high reward, and it ended up rewarding a lot. He could go back into the Camille, and Stasis, there you go, and third ability to the Camille. Instead, he actually flashes to her, interesting. Ooh. They have to be a little bit careful, because the enemies could push turrets back right now. They actually can take Baron. It's not good. This is really not good. So he gave an insane bounty to the enemy. He gave a 1000 gold bounty, and they're taking Baron. Aurelion Sol could come in with a massive stun, however, but I don't think he can stop them from... Actually, you know what? Oh, the Yasuo wind wall. Oh my god, he got griefed by Yasuo. This is not looking good. Like, that was too much. They should have just taken the turret and went back, honestly. Like, that should have been it. This overextending could cost them the game. Because now the enemy has Baron. And keep in mind, when the enemy gets Baron, they not only buff their minions, they themselves get buffed as well. They get bonus AD, bonus AP. So keep that in mind when the enemies have Baron. You have to be very, very careful of them. It's just a temporary buff. It's not too much. And also keep in mind, the later the game goes, the bigger this temporary buff becomes. Not the minion buff, but the champion buff. A lot of people don't know about this, it seems like, because they seem to be taking fights like this Morgana right here, even though the enemy has a Baron. The enemy is stronger because of Baron, keep that in mind. They're not going to be much stronger yet, because it's only 14 minutes into the game. But when you're like 20-25 minutes into the game, Baron gives a significant buff. And he was waiting in the bush here, so he could very, very quickly push the top lane. And he could potentially get an inhibitor turret. The reason that he was waiting, it actually seems like he has to go back. He could have pushed towards the inhibitor turret, but all of his teammates are dying. So he's gonna have to try to defend this, because they could end this whole game. I mean, hopefully Aesol is not gonna die. He died. Stasis? Is this game over? This game is over. They actually... Wait, Morgana? Oh no. No way. They actually lost just because of that. Oh. 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 No, they lost. Oh my god, what a tragic loss. They overextended one time with the Herald push and they died because of it. They gave away Baron and then they lost. Oh god. How? How? Like they were dominating this game and then they just lose like that. Of course, he gets the SVP because he was doing so well this game, but damn. The enemy stayed calm and collective and just straight up won the game. What a beautiful match. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.